Hey guys, what's up? MurderofBirds here. Welcome back to the channel. So really quick change to the video setup. As you guys can probably see, I now have my mic on the same desk as my current setup. It used to be off to the side over here on a separate desk, but I just feel like I have better range and control of like moving my mic closer or further away from me. I don't know how it's going to fare for the audio quality, so please let me know in the comments if you guys notice any type of changes or differences to the video quality or the mic quality. I've been tinkering around with it for a little bit. But anyways, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be jumping into the third episode of the RWBY Fairy Tales short 2D animated series by Rooster Teeth, adapted from the Fairy Tales of Remnant book. Episode 3 is going to be focusing on the Shallow Sea, which is a very interesting story. If you have read the book, I highly recommend it. Like I said, it kind of only reinforces these short stories, which are like 5 to 7 minutes long, roughly. And it's a great read overall if you're a RWBY fan. I've talked about it in previous videos. I put the book back. It's not with me anymore, but it's an origin story, or one of the two perspectives of an origin story regarding the origin of the Faunus. There are two of them. That's the Shallow Sea is one, and then the Judgment of the Faunus is the second one. One of them is from the perspective of the Faunus, and I believe another one is from the perspective of humans. And the origins of the Faunus within the world of Remnant, within the story of RWBY, has always been pretty ambiguous. From the Lost Fable of Volume 6, Chapter 3, prior to the eradication of the first civilization of mankind, there were no Faunus. You know what I mean? It wasn't until the second generation followed, after Ozma was reincarnated and brought back into the world by the gods, that, or by the god of light, I should say, that Faunus became imbued or a part of the genetics or the evolution of the second generation. Now, I've always had my personal headcanon, right, that the Faunus was a product or a byproduct of Salem. And the reason why I always used to think that was because Ozpin, so the magic that Ozpin or Ozma and Salem had originated from the gods. So the magic that Ozma has is the same magic that Salem has, and by that logic, both forms of magic are able to do the same thing. Ozpin was able to turn Raven and Crow into actual birds. So my logic was, after Salem was left behind by the gods and she was wandering Remnant forever, there's a scene that kind of there's a scene that basically emphasizes that the only other thing that was amongst the living with her were the creatures of Grimm and animals. You can see like a couple of deer in one of the scenes of Volume 6, Chapter 3 with her. So I was under the assumption that she used her magic to create human-animal hybrids as a form of, because she was so lonely that she wanted some type of companionship, some type of interaction with some form of sentient or, intelligent creatures. And so I always thought that the Faunus was a product of Salem's creation. And then over time, it became a tool that she used to further wedge a divide between humanity and the Faunus, and overall, like the overall goal of uniting humanity for the gods to come back and for everyone to be, on the same page of everything. That's always been my headcanon. Apparently that is not the case from Ozpin's perspective. There is a god of animals that is unaccounted for in the grander, in the RWBY proper storyline that we're going to be getting into this. So overall, I just wanted to talk about that and give you guys my overall like mindset of this fairy tale going into it, because this is something that's always fascinated me until we actually learned about the Faunus. Another reason why I thought Tyrion was so head over heels in love with Salem, considering her, revering her as a goddess. My original headcanon, again, was that she turned Tyrion from a real scorpion into a scorpion Faunus to serve her in the future. So that's why I always thought that he revered her as like this divine being, because that is kind of divine to give him that level of evolution and manifestation for him to serve her, and then he just turned out to be a crazy batshit individual that worked out for her. But of course, that headcanon was also wrong, so I'm 2 for 2 right now, apparently. But anyways, we're going to be getting into the reaction for this. I really hope you guys enjoy it overall. Thank you guys so much for the support. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and without further ado, let us begin. All right, guys, we're going to be getting into RWBY Fairy Tales Season 1, Episode 3, The Shallow Sea. Ozpin recounts 2 distinct origin myths regarding the Faunus. How long is this? 5 minutes, 56 seconds. Oh, so are they going to do both the Shallows? Because the title's called The Shallow Sea. But I guess he's going to do The Shallow Sea and The Judgment of the Faunus? That's going to be interesting. All right, anyways, we're going to be starting this in 3, 2, 1, now. 6 minutes, so that's about 3 minutes per fairy tale. I wonder how they're going to weave this together. That's going to be interesting. Oh! Nice.
Faunus parents entertain their children.
Hold on. Bro, tell me I'm crazy right now that you didn't just think of the Volume 8 end credit scene from the sound of the waves to seeing the water to seeing the sand.
Faunus parents entertain their children with bedtime stories about where they came from.
I said that in my Volume 8 finale discussion, that I really do think that this island is where they're at. Look at this! Woo!
Faunus parents entertain their children with bedtime stories about where they came from.
Yeah.
We are special, they say.
There they are.
We were chosen.
Chosen.
But chosen by whom?
The god of animal.
The god of animals traveled all over Remnant.
Where the fuck is this guy in RWBY proper?
A little more than human, and invited them to sail to the shallow sea to discover their destiny.
The shallow sea. Yo!
You did not fit in where you came from, but I know who you are.
It's such a dope
Leave
voice.
This boat. Enter.
I do like how he's like a combination of like, he's like black and white, which kind of like represents like the god of light and the god of darkness. He's got a little bit of blue that might be the god of animals like peering through right there. But he has such a cool design that looks pretty crazy. Dude, that looks just like the island from Volume fucking, like the end credit scene, the Volume 9 teaser. Go back and watch it. That looks just like it.
The water. It will wash your old life away and show what you've always been.
Damn.
Below
Team RWBY and company, don't jump in the water unless you want to be Faunus.
You are home.
Yeah. So like, I really like how it's called the shallow sea.
Leapt at the chance the god offered.
And some of them were too shallow. Sheesh!
Others...
Oh my gosh, also shout out to like shaded people. They're kind of like, it's kind of like a callback to the shadow people from Volume 1.
We're more skeptical.
Oh no!
Though the sea did not touch you, it has revealed your own shallowness.
Sheesh! And there you
Fables often teach lessons, such as the importance of looking beneath the skin.
Exactly.
But for Faunus, the story of the shallow sea does something more vital. It reminds them from a young age that their own lives have value.
Mm-hmm. Don't judge a book by its cover either.
But Faunus are forced to grow up quickly.
Ooh.
As they mature,
Just
they
the
learn
judgment
darker stories
of the Faunus,
in which the truth lies closer to the surface.
Ooh. Yep,
Many
this
years
is the judgment.
Ago, in a faraway land, there was a war between humans and animals.
Oh, I remember this. Yep. And the god of animals stopped him. There it is. There it is. Oh, is it the same? Oh, it's the same one. Okay.
Why do you fight each other?
Oh.
Are you human?
Animal?
I
love how the panther just starts talking.
Why are you fighting?
They are not like us.
Oh,
Why
boy.
must everyone be the same?
We worry about what they might do to us.
So you have
They both
something
have
in
common
common,
concerns.
after
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
Judge not what you fear others may do, but
What they-
by their actions.
Yeah.
We've seen the evil in their hearts. Humans are even more capable of destroying things than they are at creating.
Animals are
That's a
stronger
little
than us,
50-50
but
there.
They will not join us in fighting the Grim.
You tried to control us. Why should we risk our lives to protect yours? The Grim have never bothered us.
True.
All we want is to be free.
You are too wild. You must be tamed so you won't steal from us.
Whoa, whoa.
All we want is to live in safety and in peace.
You assume the worst about one another,
That's true.
but you are more alike than you know.
Exactly. Chill
If
out.
only you could see your best qualities as I do.
Oh, so they take qualities of each
embrace
other
your
and swap them.
differences.
Yeah, I remember this now.
I can end this conflict here,
There you go.
but only if all submit to my judgment, whatever it may be.
Oh, dear. God has spoken. I really hope we see this guy in volume 9.
We accept your judgment.
There you go. Now judge each other. Y'all are the same. And thus, I actually really like this story I like this story a lot. Wow. Oh, shit. The glow up is real. Damn. God of Animals is like, I'm gonna head out.
I thought the god would choose the superior species.
You both are.
Perhaps they have.
Were you human or animal before?
Who cares?
It doesn't matter anymore.
I can see so far.
I can see in the dark.
Walking like a monkey.
Hey, there you go.
Seems we are neither human nor animals now.
Then what are we?
Faunus.
Better than both.
Oh!
And it
Hello,
seems
Grim.
we now have a common enemy.
There you go. Oh, damn. Y'all still need to learn how to fight each other. Sheesh.
But we live here. Don't you know us?
Uh-oh.
We don't even know what you are.
Oh.
Were we so narrow?
But because they went back,
human?
they, yeah, that makes sense.
And so the
Menagerie.
Faunus left in search of a place they could live peacefully together,
There
where
you
they
go.
could become the best versions of themselves. These fables may seem fantastic, yet they reflect the real and unfortunate history of conflicts between humans and Faunus. And though
Misunderstanding.
different versions of the same story, they have some things in common.
Yeah.
Faunus leaving behind their old lives to create a new future for themselves, as well as the notion that humans and Faunus need each other to survive.
True.
If we all set aside our differences and work toward a shared purpose, how much better would Remnant be for everyone?
Everyone would be united. They wouldn't have to worry about Salem anymore. The gods would come back.
Hey, we hope you
Joy
enjoyed that
for
episode
everyone.
of RWBY
Hey, what's up,
Fairy Tales.
Eddie? Yeah, so that's really interesting how they weaved both stories together, because there is a lot of commonality between the two. And usually, like 9 times out of 10, most people will be like, well, which one is like the story of truth? Because, you know, these fairy tales, there's a lot of myth, but most of these fairy tales, I would say that there is a bit of truth that goes into each one of them. But yeah, like I really do like how both of the stories kind of still emphasize that being different shouldn't be seen as like this objectively terrible thing, especially since like in this day and age, right, in the world of Remnant, like the biggest threat is Salem and the Grimm, but people are still willing to kind of like fight feuds with each other despite the fact that there's something bigger at stake. You know, the Faunus are still oppressed. There's still shitty people out there like Jacques Schnee and you know, Salem, I'm sorry, like Cinder and stuff like that, people that are always trying to look out for themselves. And it's hard, you know what I mean? It's hard to just maintain, you know, I'm not asking for like world peace on Remnant. Granted, that's what the overall goal is, for them to stop Salem. But I do like how this fairy tale in particular, it's a very interesting concept. I wonder if this God of Animals is something that we will eventually see in RWBY proper. I will forever beat the drum that this opening sequence here is the opening sequence of RWBY Volume 7, of the RWBY Volume 8 end credit scene / the Volume 9 teaser trailer where they wake up on the beach. It's just so reminiscent of that. It's also like a random island. And, you know, there's a giant tree in the middle. We don't see any other animals or anything like that. And there is another god in the world. So yeah, I'm just very fascinated overall to learn more, to see if this has any relevancy for the future. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Overall, I think this is a really cool adaptation. I was not expecting to get both stories in one, but I do like how they weaved both of them, because there is a bit of commonality between the two. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.